Another huge development in Diddy's world, aside from the raids that the feds pulled at his two homes, he is now out at Revolt TV, the platform that he created, that he helped launch. He is now divested of Revolt completely. It is still, according to the company, they said that although they're not revealing who the new owner is, they say it is still Black-owned, which was one of the mission statements when Diddy launched Revolt TV. Now, for the folks at Revolt, this has been ever since the Cassie lawsuit. Diddy had said he was going to be stepping back from the company, and there were a lot of people working there who were very upset about these allegations. So, what is the environment now at Revolt, and what does the future hold for this company?
And did they see any of this coming?
Right. Rahman Dukes is a co-founder. He actually helped Diddy launch Revolt to make it what it is. And he is joining us right now to talk about this. Rahman, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hey, Rahman.
How you guys doing?
We're good,
We're
man.
good. So you saw things unfold yesterday. Your reaction?
I got to say it was a sad day for the music culture. It was very unfortunate. It was really shocking. Sent shockwaves all throughout the music industry.
We're having, spent as much time as I'm sure you did with Diddy over the years. What was your feeling when you first heard these allegations? Look, Rahman, I'm sure you've been at parties with Diddy. Was there anything in any of the allegations where you thought, maybe, and I just wasn't looking?
The one good thing about Puff is he always managed to create a very loving, positive environment around him. He had a lot of really memorable parties. There would be a number of people at these parties, all in celebration, really enjoying the moment. I've had countless times where I've been, honored to be a guest at these parties. I personally have never seen anything there, but that environment, things tend to go left, but just because something might happen, some guest at his party, something happened at a different location, or, in the aftermath of that event, is he, liable, for those things? I don't believe so.
So what I'm getting from you is that you think if there were things that went on that were untoward, for example, sex trafficking, you're saying that it was a third party and not Diddy. Is that what I'm picking up from you?
That's a fair enough assumption. The whole sex trafficking thing too, if you take a minute and you think about that, you go back to the origins of, the history of the music business. Guys back then were on tour buses going from Baltimore to Virginia to North Carolina. There was no private planes back then that they were really traveling on. So if you had the opportunity to meet a young lady in Baltimore, and then she ends up getting off in North Carolina, is that considered sex trafficking? I think that back then, a lot of these guys were younger and, just really trying to make their mark, in this game. And, here you have, again, like decades later, it's like, hey, there's rules to this. Now everyone, fair enough, you're an adult, the do's and don'ts, but I'm pretty sure there were some things that was really vague back then that some people are being held accountable for that they probably didn't really think that much about back then. It's always, the community around you sometimes that tend to apply like this additional pressure, to the spotlight, which is these artists.
Huh. So, Rahman, going forward, Revolt without Diddy, still a viable media outlet? Or, he was more than just the face of it. He was Revolt.
He was the engine.
For as long as it's been around. So what happens going forward?
So I have nothing but faith, in what they're doing, the Tavio, Dion, and, they have a great staff over there, who's doing an incredible job. They'll be okay.
Okay.
We really appreciate having you on. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rahman.
Thank you. Anytime.